It's time now for the Peter Channel 11 o'clock news. It's late Saturday, May 14th, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins. Right now, 11 o'clock news and on. Our top story at 11 o'clock is Donald Trump has said that as president, he would surround himself with the very best people in power positions. His leadership approach seems to have been a bit more hands-on. The voice in his unfamiliar throne in the cabinet. And Laredo, Texas, a chartered bus at a casino crashed far South Texas on Saturday, killing 8 people and injured 44 others, and a one-vehicle rollover, officials said. Coast Guard rescue units considered Sunday today to search the Gulf of Mexico for women who fell off a Carnival cruise ship early Friday morning. In Durham, North Carolina, in the state where the modern bathroom wars began, some church and civil rights leaders have begun to spread the word their priority else to worry about in a controversial new law known formally as the Public Facilities Privacy. Pharmaceutical company Pfizer said Friday that it was blocking the use of drugs and lethal injections, which means that all federal approved drug makers whose medication could be used for executions have now put them off limits. Green Bay, Wisconsin. Mixed feelings about the presumptive Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump were on full display Saturday at the Wisconsin GOP convention. A Russian yacht is detained by the North Korean Coast Guard in the Sea of Japan. Russia's foreign ministry says reports by the said aboard with 5 crew on board were intercepted with returning to Russia after participating in a competition. The Venezuelan president Nicolas Maduro has threatened the seizure of factories that have stopped production and the jail and their owners. U.S. controversy has dog plans built a 367-meter bridge across the Thames to be pedestrian crossing in the park. As stops on the Thames Bridge at Silicon of Barrett London pubs a £175 million project. The father and son just had dinner together days before the son was murdered at decapitated in Angleton, Illinois. Alexander Fox said. Authorities in California said Friday that a World War era cannon was returned to the Bay Area. Veterans Hall was stolen from earlier this month. Chicago Mayor Raman plans to scrap a police review board and replace it with a more independent and better funded watchdog to investigate police shootings and other misconduct cases. He wrote in the newspaper column. Washington, Donald Trump said on Friday that he had newly resurfaced recorded that a man who sounds like Trump posted as spokesman said him, even in the end, admitted that in the past posing in his own public senator persuaded him. Boxburg, Massachusetts, a man wanted by authorities for nearly 20 years about armed home robbery and connected has been arrested. Jose Manuel Blanco Dominguez was taken into custody Saturday morning in Boxburg. Police said it pulled the 57-year-old Blanco Dominguez for trespass on Massachusetts Avenue. The officer learned there was arrest warrant for Blanco Dominguez after running the Beagle's registration. Northampton, Massachusetts, Look Park in Northampton has launched a fundraising campaign to replace the famous miniature train that delights tens of thousands of children a year with a 1-mile ride. A Uber settlement attacked by drivers, saying lawyers sold out. JCPenney CEO says future will depend less on apparel. China's home sales continue to grow in April, and that the tightening measures designed to turn a home price surge in some large cities have yet to slow the market's upward momentum. Scientists have unearthed a 12-million-year-old dog fossil in Maryland. The find indicates a possible new species of canine known as button crushers. Millions of Americans are mentally ill, and many don't know where to heal, which is why multiple county services are pulling at resources for the public. Individuals with celiac disease are advised to veer away from foods with gluten because it causes gut problems for them. However, some individuals shift to gluten-free diet just because of the popular trust that that's a healthy option. In Geneva, Switzerland, the World Health Organization released Thursday with recommendations on a treatment plan that can help cure thousands of patients worldwide with the superbug forms of tuberculosis. Take a look at New England alerts at 11:04 p.m. Boston requested HM Tech to the Metropolitan every 2 hours ago after female touched doorknob and got a chemical burn. Boston, Massachusetts at 387 Colonial Road. A person shot a near on BPD on the scene after so which it did. Peter Channel News Times now 11:04 p.m. on this late Saturday night, and it's time now for a Trevor report. Maybe let's study up down in Rhode Island, where it's swinging in the highways and byways of the Ocean State. Southeast Expressway in both ends it's slow from the JK Library all the way at the Mass Pike. Route 1 Mass Pike on the westbound side, it's a little slow around the around the Logan Airport stretch. 93 in the southbound side, so from South Station to the Mass Pike. But You're looking good in East Massachusetts, and a little slow spot around 93 on Route 120 red in Massachusetts. 95 on southbound side, rules around Hampton Tolls in New Hampshire around 101, but Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine highways are looking good, and all the highways and byways at Connecticut are looking good. I-87 on the southbound side up in upstate New York and up in south of Plattsburgh. It's a little slow around the Peru, New York stretch, just around Route 9. New York State 3 and then the westbound side, it's a little slow around I-87 in South Albany. Down in New York City and vicinity. 95 on the southbound side, so to the Bronx, all the way at the George Washington Bridge. 95 on the northbound side, it is slow from the George Washington Bridge to the Bronx. FDR Drive on the northbound side is slow from Long Expressway all the way at the Route 25. FDR Drive on the southbound side, slow down southeast of Manhattan. West Side Highway, it's slow from Midtown Manhattan all the way up to the Holland Tunnel from Lincoln Tunnel. And Brooklyn Bridge, Battery Tunnel on the southbound side, it is slow go. 278 on the westbound side, also on the Verrazano Harris Bridge. 278 eastbound side, so to Brooklyn all the way at the Long Expressway. Long Expressway, westbound side, so from 278 all the way at the tunnel. 678 on the northbound side, it's so from Route 27 to the Queens. Belt Parkway on the westbound side, it's slow around the JFK Airport. 295 on both ends, a little slow around the Cross Bronx Parkway. 78 on the eastbound side, it is closed from Newark to Jersey City eastbound side of I-78, but New Jersey Turnpike Garden State Parkways are looking good, except on the Garden State Parkway, it's a little slow down around Ocean City. But New Jersey Turnpike is from New York all the way down to the Delaware. Highways and byways of Pennsylvania and New York State are looking good, except on Taconic State Parkway, it's a little slow around New York State Bridge just south of Newburgh. Down in Baltimore and D.C., Baltimore highways are looking good, 95 and Baltimore Washington Parkway is also north of the Capitol Beltway and Bowie. 395 on the southbound and northbound side is also the Alexandria stretch. 267 in the eastbound side. It's a little slow just before the Capitol Beltway in Arlington. And I-81 on the northbound side, a little slow north of Hagerstown, Maryland. All right, let's take a look at some MBTA alerts at 11:07. The ferries, they are looking good. On the subway, Blue Line experiencing moderate delays due to the signal pumping up run the land. On the commuter rail, looking good. Peter Chattanooga time is now 11:07 p.m. on this late Saturday night, and it's time now for a weather report. And take a look at the latest radar situation, and it shows a line of light rain around 195 from Fall River to Seekonk. Line of rain shall stretch from western Rhode Island and northern Rhode Island, stretching it down in Worcester County, down for eastern and central portion of Connecticut, and stretching it down 7 and central portion of New Hampshire, but of Vermont, and stretching it down with the Berkshire County, Massachusetts around Route 7. From North Adams to Great Barrington. And up north, a heavy band of rain showers east of Montpelier, Vermont, and the heavy rain activity stretching all the way down for 7 Quebec and 3 northwestern portions of New Hampshire and northwestern Maine. And another band of heavy showers and thunderstorms. And we're taking a look at some line of rain showers stretching from Kingston, New York, curving it around Queensburg. And this is a heavy band stretching from Cairo. So Albany, Schenectady, Malta units. And this is another heavy showers and thunderstorms. Around New York State 1 cells from Summit, New York, stretching around North Bonheim and around Westkill, New York. And this is another band of heavy rain showers. And another, it's going to head towards Schenectady in the next couple of minutes. Well, you see heavy bands of rain showers around Fonda and Amsterdam down at Johnstown and around Gloversville. Alright, 7-day forecast. It goes like this. For overnight, while you're sleeping in overnight, first, special weather statement because elevated fire every risk on Sunday. Massachusetts fire managers are advising that there's an elevated fire every risk on Sunday for most of Massachusetts except for North Tucket and Mount Vineyard. And after scattered light showers will move across the area this evening, dry conditions will be returning high temperatures in the 50s to low 60s on Sunday. It'll be blustery day as well, with west winds gusting up to 25-30 miles an hour. Relative humidity days will drop between 25 and 30. Percent away from the immediate coast, even though winds are below red flag criteria. The low relative humidity values extremely low fuel moisture and gusty winds will be. Was on an immense fire, wherever risk across most of Massachusetts. In addition, ignition potential remains very high. Hi, Robert! Doing my 11 o'clock news.
Nice.
Yes.
I got you your milk.
Thank you, Robert. All right.
Right. I see your 11 p.m. news.
And I'm going to do the forecast. 7-day forecast goes like this. For tonight, Charlotte may move for 3 a.m. Most costs got about 47 degrees. West wind winds could gust as high as 20 miles an hour. Chance is 30%. New Brisbane amounts less than 7 inch possible. For Sunday, most skies got about 62 degrees. West about 13 to 60 miles and gusts as high as 26 miles an hour. For Sunday night, slight change to showers before 9 p.m. Forecast got about 40 degrees. West about 13 to 15 miles gusts as high as 31 miles an hour. Chance 20%. For Monday, most sunny podcasts got about 61 about 41 degrees. Westwood about 6 to 18 miles of gusts as 31 miles an hour. For Tuesday, most sunny podcasts got about 69 about 46 degrees. For Wednesday, sunny podcasts got about 65 about 46 degrees. For Thursday, most sunny podcasts got about 60 about 46 degrees. Friday, most sunny podcasts got about 71 about 48 degrees. And for Saturday, most sunny got about 71 degrees. Currently here, not near it is fair skies. 60 degrees, 60 miles Celsius, and it's 75% humidity. And that's going to be it for the Peter channel. 11 o'clock noon is late. Saturday, May 14th, 2016 periods. And have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow morning with a morning report. Good night.